Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku's show about today is Monday, February 15th, 2021. It is President's Day here in the United States. It is technically a holiday, depending on where you work and what you're doing. It may not actually be a holiday today for you, but yeah, we just had yesterday being holiday, and now we get immediately another one. Hello, Vicky. Welcome to all on this glorious day. So, as I have mentioned in the title, we have basically won the game. We have essentially won in that we are making the universe matrices at this point, and all I really need to do is just take the tech that just says, you win! And that is effectively that. But our goal is to win just a bit harder and better. As in, we have yet to actually, complete a Dyson Sphere. Dyson Sphere at this point, so that would probably be a good thing to try to do, right? At least one completed Dyson Sphere shell around a star would be a pretty decent goal to have, to be completely honest. This is actually a little bit further along than I was thinking it was. Just looking at this, because last time we added in all the extra shells to finish off the complete sphere on this thing, and yeah, it's starting to build around the top and bottom already. There's quite a few gaps still that need to be filled. Every single solar sail that I launch at this thing is being immediately consumed and added into my actual sphere. And of course we are launching a whole bunch of stuff in the form of the shuttles at it. I have done a few things off screen. Duh. I usually do. And of note, of particular note, as I have come to learn after the last stream, the price does scale with each tech that you take on the infinite techs. The price doubled. Does it always double? Quite possibly. Which would actually be more extreme than the scaling in Factorio, I think, right? That's pretty pretty hard on that scaling. So out the window goes the idea of not tapping into the unipolar magnets until I get obscene productivity on it. Getting this number right here down to like 5%. It appears to double. It appears to double. At least the first one doubled, because this was 4K for the first level, and now this next level is 8K. It does appear as if it has doubled. So, we'll see if it goes... We need to see if it goes to 12 or 16. Because that is a pretty big difference between those two numbers. 12 would be that it adds the base cost each time. Yeah, and that's a linear increase. If it goes to 16, that's an exponential increase, and that is significantly worse. That will require a lot of work to get us up to level 49 on this. But there are cheaper techs that one can begin with of the infinite techs that can give a better idea as to the scaling. In particular, the mech core level 6 is only 1,000. So the problem with that though is, well, I guess you would know if it's linear once you are at the third tech, because it would do 1,000, 2,000, and then the next one, it's either going to be 3 or 4. So if it's 3, then you're good. If it's 4, it's exponential. I'm going to chew through this 2,000 that's left here on the current vein utilization to get another minus 6% from 68.99. So it's a 6% of 66.8 or 68.99. So it'll go down to 64.85 on the ore consumption per miner product after this tech here. And it will also, of course, increase the mining speed another 10% to 170%. Because let's not forget, with each one of these techs, we also get a speed upgrade of a flat 10%, plus 10%. That isn't 10% on top of, like, a 150 plus 10%. Of 150, it's a 10% of 100. In that case, little different math there. I really wish it was the same math on the consumption versus speed. Like, a minus 6 should just be a minus 6 from 100 with each tech. Right? It really should be a minus 6 with each tech. We shouldn't be sitting at 68.99 after 7 or after 6 iterations of this. We should be minus 36%, okay? Minus 36. Now, at this point, that's not that big of a difference, but it is a difference nonetheless of about 5% overall at this tier. Well, all that being said, let's review a few things. I added 3 more of these guys, and I added a bit more receiving transmissions, so now I have 2.58 gigawatts out of 4.22 that the Dyson Sphere can currently make. These are making photons, these 3. So now I have enough to get 2 photons a second, basically. Just 2 per second. Oh, that's not good. Hold up, we need to use a bit more. We need to get rid of a bit more hydrogen. There you go. That's better. Phew. Now I've also expanded a little bit on the antimatter fuel rods here, but I realized pretty quickly that, oh hey, while this does 1 every 12 seconds, it is consuming 10 antimatter and hydrogen at a time every 12 seconds. This makes 1 per second out of this singular particle collider of the antimatter from 1 per second of the critical photons. So it's actually enough to do 1 and a little bit more on the production of the fuel rods. Enough for 1 plus a little bit more after a bunch of time passes. So I really don't need to have 3 of these things here. Is my point. Eventually, 1 or 2 may pass through on the setup over here to go down the line. Meaning those are currently superfluous. I did, however, also expand my annihilation constraint spheres, which has allowed me to at least handcraft the artificial stars. I actually want to make a few of these. I would actually like to automate a few of these, to be completely honest. Well, yes and no about all that, because there is belt logistics that are a bit painful. The belt logistics are a bit painful. While yes, I can obviously provide enough power through the photons. Like, that is a really good conversion rate. Because, well, let's think of it. Let's do the math here. 125 Dyson power times 12. Or let's think of it at the 1 per second, effectively. So times 6. 125 times 6 for 1 per second of the antimatter. All right. Now it's not quite gonna make 1 per second. Well, it will here, but it's 10 consumed every 12 seconds, which is not quite the 1 per second, but you get the meaning. It's enough to run this at 100%. And of course, this is a 1 times 5 multiplier on this one machine, meaning that machine isn't even doing anything ever. So it's times 1.5. So rather than every 12, it's every whatever. So we could think of it basically as consuming that one. Let's see, 12 times, or 12 divided by 1.5, 8 seconds is the timing here. 8 seconds. But in reality, it is every 10. Yeah, in reality, it's cycling every 10 seconds rather than every 8, because it's just the rate at which we accrue the antimatter. So every 10 seconds, we get 7.5 gigajoules. Right? 125 times 6 is 750 megawatts, or megajoules, times how many seconds it takes to produce the photon, actually. This is 10 per minute. So that is gonna need to be multiplied by 6 seconds per critical photon. So 6 times 125 times 6. Or do I even need to think of it that way? Do I need to think of it that way? Well, yeah, because each photon takes 6 seconds to make. So it's 125 times the 6 seconds times the 6. So it's 4.5 gigajoules to make, or gigajoules each second, effectively, for a 1 per second critical photon. I think that's the math. Anyway. But we make every however long, 7.5 gigajoules. But it's like, but out of that output, we will make 7.5, which is a lot more than what we need in, just in terms of the power there that we use. And that's ignoring the power of the assembling machine and the power of the particle collider, which is another 8, another whatever, 780 here, or 12 megajoules for the particle collider, 780 kilowatts, and all of the assemblers making the constraint spheres and all of that. It still is an increase in the amount of available power by taking the photons and making antimatter fuel rods out of them. That's the entire point I'm trying to make, and have my reasonings behind why that is the case. You do get more power out of doing this, and then throwing them into artificial suns than just straight receiving from the Dyson Sphere. And yes, we could convert everything to making photons, the critical photons, and focus the production on making more antimatter fuel rods to throw into the artificial suns. I want to show the artificial sun because this building is tiny by comparison. This building is smaller than Array Receiver, or about the same size, actually. It is the same footprint. Is the same footprint, but I think you can place these a little bit more compactly. And it produces 75 megawatts each at 100% energy efficiency. I don't really want to take that time to do that conversion here right now. I want to show a few things about what this ultimately enables. So you may notice here I have some fuel rods being provided with warpers here. What we can do at this point is very easily set up new planets anywhere in the system. In our star cluster, we can go anywhere and we can get a planet up and running immediately. Well, as quickly as it takes to bring in antimatter, as long as we have a supply of artificial suns, which is why I am currently toying with the idea of setting up an assembling machine that is going to automate the production of the artificial suns. But the problem with that is that I need more than just two things for that. I need to bring in chips, frame materials, and alloys, and I need to put a splitter down. Excuse me. Collide. Huh. Sure. And ideally I want to provide these on my interstellar network. 'Tis the plan and the idea. Now, it's not lost on me that the quantum chips are literally being made right here. So, Yeah, about that. Heh. How convenient. I am lacking conveyor belt. Not anymore. Conveyor belt. Come here. Okay, why are you not? Why are you just not? I need more CPUs. Why no CPUs? Am I limited on silicon? Probably. Most likely, actually. I also need the alloy and the frame materials. Please tell me I have alloy. I don't. Well, that's sad. Alright then. I'm just gonna use a planetary logistics station. Just bring in alloy.
Station.
Yeah, shut up. Alloy and what was the other thing? Structural components. Somewhere over here. Those guys, yeah. Demand. I'm just gonna, I guess, give them some of those and give it some power. Sure, why not? Really? Hate when it does that. Really? Well, alright then. Power. And that, as they say, is that. That is artificial suns. I want, like, a lot of them. Infinite supply of them. Or as many as I can get. So that's going to definitely happen. Definitely. In fact, I'm gonna steal that one. And we have some places to explore and look at in the great beyond. So there is a system. Was it you? I think so. 3 light years away. That I've done a little bit of expansion into. Just as a scaling measure. Because I need a lot of stuff. You may have noticed I need a lot of stuff. And I figured, you know, it's probably easier if the stuff is a little bit closer to our system that we're operating in. So, Ross Hummel, pretty sure it's you. Oh, cool thing about the warp. You conserve your speed on the warp. I see I have logistics vessels going into Ross Hummel 1, so I want to show one, and then I want to show the other one in this system. So we have steel and iron in here. And we have energetic graphite here. And thermal power stations. I don't really want it to be thermal power stations, but I didn't have any artificial suns on me at the time. So, now is the time. Yeah, you exit with the same speed in which you entered. So if you're going at 2k, you exit at 2k. It's rather convenient. That is the equator. Just for the sake of it, we're going to actually build this on the North Pole over here. This is not going to send stuff anywhere, okay? All this is going to do is have a request for 100 antimatter fuel rods with local storage. Why it sends all of them? I don't know. I don't like that behavior whatsoever. It should not completely fill the logistics vessel. But for some reason it does. And I really wish it didn't. That can cause an immense amount of issues in the grand scheme. So, there is an artificial sun. All I need to do is power the inserter. Min load of vessels only applies to the vessels in this particular station. At the provider station, I have set that number down to 10%. That is not why it gets filled to the brim. The min load of vessels in this configuration only refers to the vessels within this station, not the providing station. The providing station is set to 10. Well, this now is producing 75 megawatts. What is the vessel capacity? 1,000. That is not connected. Pay closer attention, buddy. So, we have power now. Yeah, vessel capacity is currently about 1,000. Logistics vessel carrying capacity, 1,000. It sent 640 something. And I can get rid of all of this because I don't need it anymore. I don't even need to bring the hydrogen in. Oh god, that's a lot of hydrogen. Remote storage. Don't need it. Thank you. Deleted from the face of existence. Yeah, it sent as much as it had that would fill in the vessel because it was greater than 10%, right? The minimum load was met, but it surpassed the minimum load. Which, yeah, nah. Is 75 enough? Yeah. For now. For now. 75 is, more than enough. And there is our artificial sun. It's big and yellow and glowing. And giving me power glorious power. Through the power of the destruction of matter and antimatter colliding. Sparking a solar fusion event. Alright, that is this planet. This planet is requesting iron ore and requesting coal. Now I am, of course, mining a little bit of that on this planet. This planet happens to have not much of either, but there is another planet somewhere in the system, if I can find it. Ras Hamel, the next. The 3. Satellite around 2. It absolutely consumes the fuel proportional to the output. As it does with everything else. This isn't Factorio fusion reactors. Okay? It will consume proportionally. Welcome to one of these planets. On this planet, I have ore being mined. And I already have a couple of artificial suns here, or stars. And they're making a lot more than what I need on this planet. A lot more. So this place has 3.6 million iron and a bunch of silicon, and it's got organic crystals, 1.3 million, and 1.124 spiniform stalagmite crystals. My thought process was, this planet has a lot of resources, specifically 16 million coal on it, but it only has 61.2% construction area. So the thought was, tap everything here, ship it to the other planet that has a lot more construction area available on it, and process it there. So that's what I've been sort of working on a bit here. I am thinking I'm going to tap into that organic crystal, although I don't think I really need them at the moment. And I need to... oh yeah. I've also tapped into the gas giant, and I am shipping the deuterium back home. That's being produced in the gas giant, or at the gas giant. Thing about that is, even with 40 of these things, it's really, really low. And you have to wait to the full amount. You know, I could probably set that to be less than the full amount, and it'll go and pick this up for me. I'm not holding on to any of these right now, so I don't know the mining speed. It is a bit faster than previously, though. Alright, where's the planet? Planet! How hard could it be to find a freaking moon around a gas giant? There it is. Boom. Hey, buddy, you. Yeah, you go and get some deuterium for me. You go get some deuterium for me. Thanks. I wanna ship it home. We have a slight shortage. Now, note that it appears as if the silicon is my actual limiting factor at this point in time, because I apparently don't have that much that many CPUs being made at the moment to fulfill all of my requests. So it is likely that I need more silicon. And what I wanted to do, because of the thing with scaling, specifically with scaling purple cubes, is, well, I actually have to do the math again on these, because I'm pretty sure that these are producing a lot more per vein now. 48 per minute per vein versus 39 previously, but I want to tap into the rare resource that will allow me to more easily make silicon crystals, so I can free up my silicon ingots from producing crystals to producing CPUs, and use the crystals for the particle broadband for the purple cubes. Which means we need a planet that has that rare resource as well. And Sinosora has fractal silicon. A lot of places have fractal silicon, and kimberlite for that matter. So, well, that's gonna be where I go next. We could maximize this system, but I'll leave that sort of scaling for my own time. Our goal here is to do new things, tap into new things, set up fresh stuff that we have yet to set up before. Things like automating these suns. Though I slightly had cheated a little by using them from handcrafting a couple already to set up a fresh planet. And we can at least watch the process of setting up a fresh planet with our artificial suns and such. Today's Nilaus video of DSP, of his Let's Play, very specifically said that he finds this process boring. That making antimatter fuel rods trivializes setting up new planets. To which I say, yes! That's the point! That's the whole point! That's why you should absolutely do it all 100% of the time. There's less than 1 million fractal silicon. Great. There's 900k. Huh. Weird. Let's go to 1. I guess I'm not setting up the fractal silicon in Sinosora. But there is a bit of kimberlite here. Not 2. 1. Turn around. 1. 1. Huh? I'm blind. 1. Where's 1? I see 2. There you are. There's... Oh god, that does not look like it has much space. Uh-oh. Oh. Red stone. Okay. 16.8 million coal, that's not too bad. Not much else, but hey. But I like the concept of 4.4 million organic crystals. As well as that, just about 4 million kimberlite. How many kimberlite veins? Looks like 3. Based on those numbers. So So there's 2. 1, 2. 3. So we have that there and that there near the South Pole. And then one closer to the North Pole. Alright. North Pole we go. I don't think I have any, yeah, I don't. Whoopsies. Where is, that Kimberlite? Because I may as well. If this is what I do here, then this'll be what I do here. Set up our little doohickey somewhere. Have one on the antimatter fuel rods. Freaking 100. Remote demand. We don't even have 100 stored. This is the problem. This is the problem with it sending out. It's like, oh yeah, you want stuff? I'll send you all of it, up to a full vessel. No, that is not the behavior I'm interested in. Hey, we got another thing. So we should be at 64.85. And that's exactly where we're at. 64.85 ore consumption per miner product. We're now working on the carrier engine that's actually going to give plus 50% vessel navigation flight speed. As well as the drones plus 50% flight speed. So what is the cost? 12! Oh, thank God, it's linear. Oh, thank God, it's a linear increasing scale. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, that is a lot nicer. That's very, very kind. That's very kind. It is a linear increasing scale. Based off of the base cost of the technology. Meaning you're able to take a lot more of, say, mecha core upgrades for any given rate of universe matrix production than you can of Bane's utilization, which is 12k. It is at this point that I am very much considering the research speed upgrades as we start making more science, because that reduces the total number of labs that you need and entities that you need to process your science. Thing is, that's going to be purple, 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 and then white. Plus 60 hashes per second per lab. That doubles it, right? Wait, hashes per minute, per second. Okay. Pretty sure that doubles it. But we shall see. We shall see. I've taken 2 of this. So the next one should be 4K. And then this one is another 2, and then 4, and then this one is a 4. Just the one tech of that. That's actually a really big boost to the fuel power. This one's 2, and then 4, and then this one would be 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4. As we go along. Still nothing? Really? You can see that has no effect on anything. Well, regardless, place the thingy. I will need warpers, too. Why, hello, warpers. See, it brings a full thing, even if I set my max to less than the full thing. Like, what? If I set my max to less than the cargo capacity of a vessel, please don't send me the full capacity of the vessel. I don't want more than my max. I want my max. So that's definitely got to be a thing that these developers address. That is a very obvious bug. Unintentional. And if it is intentional, then their intention is trash. Okay? That's my thought on the situation. If it's intentional, then it's trash. Garbage intention. But I doubt it is intentional. I will give them that benefit of the doubt. Let's see how many of these we can fit around this kimberlite patch. And then we have, it's 64.85%. So here's a example of where it would be really nice for the game to have a little extra bit of information on the vein reserves. This is 1.31 or 351,804 million. In reality, because of my productivity increases, or consumption decreases, really, on the mining drills, it's actually 2,084,508. Because it's divided by 0.6485. So there's really 2 million here, not 1.35. Let's keep that in mind. Also, these now mine at a rate of 51 per minute per vein. We're actually almost at 60 per minute per vein, which is 1 per second per vein that it covers. That will make the math a lot easier when we get to that, but we're going to be far and beyond at some point. So 51 per vein. How many veins do we have here? Actually, before I do that, what's 30 times 60 divided by 51? 35.3. So 36 veins is a tier 3 belt. 36 veins at this point. So 6, 8, 8, 7. One more 7 would do it. 6, 8, 8, 7. 5, 7, 4, 3. The 3 and the 4 here puts me at 36 veins. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna process this here as well. So let's keep that in mind as we do this. So that's gonna go down, that's gonna go there, and that is gonna meet up. Now these two, this 5 and 7, has to be treated separately, because these make 30 per second, but these other two, that's a little bit of extras on its own line. We'll figure out all of that math too as we go along here. You're still... Why? Why no thingies? Why it takes so long? Like, once the thingy runs, we're great. I could just give it one, though. Boom. Ta-da! Enjoy! Enjoy the thingy. Okay. Next. Smelters. Smelting. How many smelters, or even, is it even in this? Oh yes, it is. So it is identical, the same exact recipe to make the diamonds out of these. So 30. And it's one every 2 seconds? It processes every 2? So I need 60 of these for 30 per second? I need 60 smelters. That's a lot. Huh. That'll be 5 per second. That'll be 20. Or 10. That'll be 10 per second. Let's not even worry about the whole processing of 30. This needs an obscene amount of stuff. There it goes. Although I did just notice the same with the carbon, too. Makes me wonder if I actually ever realized that when setting it up. So what does this do? Well, just like with the fractal silicon, what it does is it saves a step of smelting overall, because under normal circumstances it's coal into the energetic graphite and then the graphite into diamonds. That's 2 steps, this is 1 step from the beginning, and to top it all off, it's 2 coal per energetic graphite into diamonds. So you save on that conversion cost as well, and you can repurpose your carbon, your graphite, effectively by doing this in this way. 1, 2, 3. So at what? Huh. The curvature. I'm gonna blame the curvature on that one. Does it? All right. So I was about to say that as it turns out, there is a pattern here where it's every 3rd major line. So if you place on a major north-south, just count 1, 2, 3 to place the next tower, and you'll cover all the things you need to cover. But as it turns out, even that little rule, hard fast thingy, has a weak spot at certain parts of the planet, building on certain thingies. So place them on the, I guess, wider spots. Or on this, yeah, because these squares are bigger than these squares. Maybe. Regardless, I need to power these miners as well. There you go. And I need to, of course, power the building. Now that's going to use most of my doohickey there. And you are providing diamond remotely. You're going to need thingies. Yes, those thingies. And I'm gonna need to get some antimatter fuel rods, please. That would be great. That would be nice. If I could get some fuel rods. You know, that'd be nice. Would be great. Maybe. Anyway, that's about what I'm doing in this system. Frankly. Organic crystals, yes, at some point. We've already really looked at those. We haven't looked at the kimberlite yet, which is why I wanted to do that. Let's get back home to Clarkrov, wherever my Clarkrov is. Hello. Clarkrov, where are you? Ooh, that's bright and shiny. Clarkrov? Down. There you are. Why, hello there, Clarkrov. Off we go. So, I need a lot of the fractal silicon. So let's try to find a place that has more than just 900k. That sounds like a great idea. Now I know the unipolar magnet locations also have fractal silicon in great abundance, but they're really super far away. Boom. Let me free. There we go. Hello. Hello, my glorious planet. Okay. You have 195. You're set to 20% min load. Okay, you need to be set to 100 to 10% min load for one. And yeah, there needs to be some option here to send not full. Or to, well, I mean, this is sending not full, but to force it to not fill completely with all of the stuff. Right? Like, I want to set a min stockpile. But that, gosh. I mean, yes, I do want to actually have that as a minimum, the concept of a minimum stockpile so that I can just go and grab what I want when I want it from this place. But I also want, ooh, that's 72, wow. Do you stack to 20? You stack to 10, alright. Fine. Yeah, I just want it to only send 100 at a time. Like, how... I just want it to send 100 at a time. I only want it... I want a max load of vessels. That's what I want. I want a max load of vessels. Right. Yeah. I only want you to ship out 100 units at a time of antimatter fuel rods. That's what I really want. What I really, really want. So, CPUs. You're being made somewhere. You're being made here. What's your problem? Scale. Your problem is only that of scale. I need more. I need more buildings. I need to upgrade all of these buildings. For whatever reason, these buildings are not Mark III. Not all Mark III, and it's a little hard to tell the difference between green and blue. I would suggest the developers change the color of either the level 2 or the level 3, because green is a little too close to blue. I mean, just in general, I really don't think that there should be a green into a blue tier of stuff. There needs to be a bit more of a contrast in your tier colors, because when you have a Mark II, and a Mark III building next to each other at night, it's a little hard to tell the difference at times between what is the green and what is the blue, especially when the blue isn't a true blue, it's more of a cyan. So it's more of a blue-green color, a lighter blue. And the green, it's not really a true green, it's more, again, of a cyan that's closer to the green than the blue side. It's way too similar to have those two things. Two colors. Make it like purple. Make like level 3 purple rather than dark blue. Or make level 2 purple. Just something that is completely different. Do it for the belt, do it for the assembling machines, and do it for the inserters too, or the sorters. The sorters are a little easier to tell apart, but just because they glow with their arrows. Like level 1, it's really easy to tell what's level 1 because it's yellow, right? Super easy to tell a level 1 is yellow, right? Versus the green. No, yeah, yellow, red make green, but yellow contrasts enough with the green that you can easily tell the difference. Not as much with green and blue. I mean, there's a reason why green was considered shades of blue in areas of Asia, and still sort of is. Here, have 5 more. Although it looks like I do need more, oh yeah, silicon. It would appear that by doing that, I may be consuming an entire belt of silicon. How many consumes an entire belt of silicon? It is 1 per second, so after 30, huh? 30 divided by 1.5. So after 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All of that is completely superfluous. It's all superfluous. Now, of course, that's making a specific amount of stuff that you can feed into a specific number of the buildings making CPUs. Dolly. Meow. Meow. How's my girl? How's my girl? How's my baby Dolly? She's a pretty girl. Yes, she is. She's pretty baby. She's a pretty baby. Yes, she is. That's my baby. My baby, say hi. Say hello, Dolly. Say hello, my Dolly. Yes. You're such a cutie. You're such a cute baby girl. Yes. You live to play, right? You live to play? You gonna be on my lap with your great big fluffy tail? No, you're gonna run. You're gonna leave. Today's their 11-month birthday. They're officially 11 months old now. Oh boy. Just one more month. And we'll no longer be able to call the kittens kittens anymore. Because they will be cats. At that point. 1 year old to be cats. Okay, you. You take 2 every 3 seconds. Great. 2 every 3. Well, it looks like we're using up our stuff all the way down to this one, and then all of these are superfluous. After that point. Now, can I do an extension of this? Absolutely. All the way up until I use the full amount, full freaking 30 of the things. But what it's going to require is that I need to set up another line of 20. Ha 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 ha. Wah ha 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 ha. Wah ha 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 ha. So what I want to actually do with this is mirror it and stick it on the other side. Like so, but I need to get rid of that. That is not the correct recipe. Thanks. And maybe, like, just tighten up some of the stuff. Yeah, really looking forward to blueprints. It is not lost on me. In Nilaus's last video that he posted today, that he did mention how much the sorter copying really helps. That it would be really mind-numbing to build at the scale in which he's building without sorter copy. I'm like, yeah, I know, right? Maybe the intention inherently wasn't so that you're supposed to build at that level of scale. I mean, it's as if the developers weren't really intending people to build at that level of scale. Huh? Who'd have thought? In a game that's about automating stuff and building a literal Dyson Sphere, that the developers wouldn't have considered just how many sorters people would have to place into the assemblers. And all the other buildings. Alright, now we can do our line of 20 of those thingies. Six, 7, 8. I like that spacing. Can I do it here? Yes, I can. Unfortunate that there's 2 lines there in between. Eight, 9, and 10. There's room to double it. I may need to shift this to here. Depends on how much space I need, because I do plan on bringing in a separate belt of the electronics for that. Okay, I need a belt of copper and a belt of silicon going down each of these. Fortunately, we don't need these microcrystalline components for anything else. Alright. Copper. That'll work. That will have to work. Silicon. Ugh. So we're gonna go silicon. Oh. Why? Like, just why? There we go. Squiggles. The Belt Getty. It works. Again. Like, I hate that it snaps to the middle. Please. Please stop snapping to the middle. I don't like you snapping to the middle. Actually. You will be silicon. And you will be copper. Just like so. Ah. Now for the everyone's favorite part. The sorters. Hey! 50% vessel navigation speed. Glorious. So, how does that work with the warp speed. Does that actually work on the warp speed? Logistics vessel warp speed is 0.18 light years. So, yeah, it does increase the warp speed. They're almost as fast as I am on the warp speed, which means that with enough tech, they can go faster than me. Oh boy. I am looking forward to a tech being introduced that increases the mech warp speed. It might be this accelerant. I really don't know what this accelerant tech is supposed to be all about, but it might have something to do with that. You know what? Just do all these internal sorters first. Get that out of the way. Okay. Get all those in. Gee, I hate having to do scaling like this while talking, cause yeah, it's just mind-numbing placing all these sorters like this. It really needs to have blueprints. We really need to have blueprints. We really need to have blueprints. We need to have blueprints that are smart enough to have a hotkey that increases and decreases the spacing between buildings. So that we can get, like, if it blueprints to a space that ends up being on squares that are too small or too big, we can modify the spacing as we want manually to get it to work right in that area. Like that needs to probably be a feature set that's put in. Just the ability to nudge the spacing on the placement of blueprints or copy pastes or whatever you want to call it. So you there, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, there, there. That's not accurate because that's on a fault, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. That is a lot more processors. Ideally. We seem to be using all of them always. So hopefully this helps a little, but there is a problem if we run out before. Okay, it got some. We're going through a little bit of silicon. We're going through just a bit of silicon. So as we're aware. What uses diamonds outside of yellow science? Or is it just the yellow science? Diamond. It is graviton lenses. Huh. Neat. So that's actually a real good use of kimberlite. See, the problem I have with the fractal silicon in particular is that, yes, it does provide this good savings, but it's effectively only going into this, which is science, and one science at that. Otherwise, it's a couple of other buildings, but it's like, science? Science, basically? Just the one science? With the diamonds, I can argue that this is going into two sciences, as well as a rather important ingredient that has other uses besides just science. Like, structure matrices are yellows, that's our level 3 science. Green is our level 5 science that these graviton lenses go into, but they also... I don't use the lenses for warpers, but the green cubes are used for warpers, and the lenses go into the thingies to get the universe matrices to help with the ray receivers. So we use these for ray receivers, which is like a huge, very useful thing on these graviton lenses. And they go into the vertical launch silos as another building that's needed there. So lots of good stuff to save on the energetic graphite conversion into diamonds. That's my point I want to make there. So I want to import some diamonds. Where is my line of thingies doing imports? I have this. Hello. You. Diamond. Remote demand. Give me all the diamond ever. You're bringing me one. That means that there might be a problem where I'm doing those diamonds. There's there might be a problem. I may not have gotten my delivery of antimatter field rods in time. I think I need to go and check in on Ross Hamel. Let's check in on Ross Hamel. Ross Hamel. Let's go. La di da do. I think you have to wait, by the way, to the bottom left-hand corner. Shows that you're not on a planet before you can hit caps lock to actually go into warp. Because I'm pretty sure I've tried to go into warp at times and it's just not let me. Rearrange my aim to Ross Hamel. We're going to Hamel 3. It's behind me. It's behind me. Where are you? There you are. Hello, Ross Hamel 3. Hello, sun. I'm rather close to you. Glorious red sun in the sky. Red star, I should say, not sun. Alright, thing, you are not the one I was thinking of. Oops. I was in Sinosora, wasn't I? Yeah, that's the one. This would be a good place to do the silicon ingots. Hey, Sinosora. let's get out of Roshamel 3. There we go. Hey, Sanosora. I was there with the diamonds, where I thought I would get fractal silicon, but apparently not. Ooh, I hope I have enough charge. I better have enough charge. Oh my goodness, 8K. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wasn't that tech I just took previous to this 2K? Or was it 4? Why am I doing 8K? Sinosora 1. Yes, you are the Kimberlite. I could have sworn that previous tech was not 8K. We're gonna cue that at the end. This tech's 2K. It may scale differently by tech. Ooh, wouldn't that be a little mean? It's like, yes, you can pay cheaply for the first level of this tech, but after the first level, oh, you're getting screwed. Hello and welcome. Yeah, we got screwed. We got boned. I figured as much. Excuse me? There we go. There we go. So yeah, what ended up happening is that the thingy of fuel that I had in here ran out before the arrival of the delivery of the fuel rods. It's rather unfortunate. How very unfortunate. But hey! Diamonds. Diamonds are supplied. Being supplied now. Glorious. Back home to Aklarkrov. Because while I may be requesting diamonds at Aklarkrov, they're still being made, and I need to not make them. Where's Aklarkrov? There you are. Now, I need to not make diamonds out of energetic carbon anymore. And I need to import diamonds from my network for use in the yellow matrix cubes. And then we have to figure out where we're going to go to get the fractal silicon. And then, of course, we can, you know, scale up our production of science and all that. Because I still need more purple. How is my fuel chamber? Fine. Welcome home. Although my purple is apparently full. Okay. You're full? Sure. Fine. Fine. Be that way. Really? Alright. I scaled up the frame materials a little bit as well at some point. Got it all Mark III and expanded it out a bit. How you doing now on your CPUs? I'm still using All of them. And I, of course, need more silicon ingots, because I'm running out before it can actually deliver them to me. And I'm getting lower on the circuit boards, so I need more of those as well. Great. That's not as much of a concern. They make rather quickly. But yeah, I need to just make, I need more silicon and silicon related products. Okay. Yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow. You. This, I think, is going to be... Yes, this is going to be what I do. So you are going to bring me my diamonds. And you're going to do that, and I can officially kill all of that. And of course, I will... Why don't I just shift click? I will need to... Oh, you're not... You aren't going into a... Alright. You're going into science only. But then what about the graviton lenses? What's happening at the graviton lenses? Oh, that. Oh. Yeah, so, you. You don't need those anymore. Just bring me diamonds. Yeah. Delete. Literally deleting diamonds. Feels good. Just delete diamonds. In case you are not aware, diamonds are incredibly common. They are not a rare jewel in the slightest. Well, I mean, jewelry grade diamonds are requiring a lot more processing, a lot more work, a lot of, like, really fine fidgeting and detail work of a craftsman. There's a lot more value that gets added into actual gemstone quality type stuff outside of the artificial rarity, of course. But just know that the actual mineral itself, the diamond and all of the others, way higher supply than you think. If you weren't aware of that, there's actually a massive supply that is purposefully not flooded into the market to keep the prices of those things high. On purpose. Why it's legal? Don't ask me. It shouldn't be, but hey, that's what we live in right now. In the world, it really shouldn't be legal. That's like monopoly stuff there going on that whole market. Oh, that's my foundation. Hold up, that's the steel for my foundation. I should probably have done this a long time ago. But, Yeah, so you're gonna supply foundation. You're gonna bring in stone brick and steel. You're gonna demand them, and you're gonna supply them, and I'm gonna give you this, and I'm gonna give you this. 35, that's all I have. Oh. Oh, really? Do you have warpers? No. Do you have warpers? No. So we'll bring in warpers. Demand storage, not a remote demand, a local demand, of course. Not that many of them, though. Doesn't need a ton. And we can upgrade these buildings, and we can do just an overall deletion of all of this. It's actually mostly tapped out anyway. Still got like 300k there of the stone, but meh, whatever. Okay, go in there. Upgrade to Mark 3 on you, and that, as they say, is that about dang time. Oops. Oops. Delete. That's all I want. Delete those things. And there you go. Interesting though, because you can only hold 10,000 of foundation in the building itself. Each stack is 1,000. So you're saying you can only hold 10 stacks of foundation at a time in one of these buildings. Interesting. I need to get 40 of these again. Whoops, that was 41. Here, take it back. And I'll go ahead and stock up on those as well. Excellent, excellent, excellent. How's our Dyson Sphere looking? Progressing. We're building on the top and the bottom at this point. Slowly but surely. Filling it in. We're filling it in. Okay. Progress. Glorious. Beautiful progress. What is next? Well, I really don't like this issue of the antimatter hydrogen to make the matrix cubes. It feels like this is so dumb, right? Like, what? This feels stupid. But it's the only way to get rid of it. I can make it deuterium in a collider, and that halves it, halves the fuel value of it as deuterium. And then throw the deuterium in the things. But that still doesn't solve the issue of, well, it's the things there. We could make them fuel rods, and I don't know. I don't know. Those things use fuel rods, right? Hold up. my launchers. Don't the launching doohickeys use the deuteron fuel rods? Yeah. Yeah, they do. So, that's a way to get rid of it. But again, it's like, okay, we're making part of our permanent structure of our Dyson Sphere. That's not an infinite sink. It's not an infinite sink. Why are you not moving? Uh-oh. Why you no quantum chip? I may have a problem. Quantum chip? Oh no. There is no problem with the existence of quantum chip. It's just that we are siphoning quantum chips at an alarming rate to make these artificial stars. You're gonna filter. You're gonna prioritize that way. You're not gonna make any more stars, thanks. No more of these. We don't need more than 116 of these. Okay, we have 150 artificial suns. I think we're good for now. When they make 75 megawatts of power each. Think we're good. Think we're good. You can provide the quantum chips, please. Said you can provide the quantum chips, please. Oh, this has to fill up too. Alright, for the launches. For my launches. I really don't like the quantum chips. In terms of the overall scale of the things that you need for them. It's just so stupidly much that you need of these. It eats up all your CPUs as well to upgrade your CPUs, which of course we've already looked at all that infrastructure on the CPUs, but it's also taking these plane filters, and that's Casimir crystals, which are obscenely expensive on hydrogen. I mean, I could throw the antimatter hydrogen into this, make Casimir crystals out of it. I guess that's one way of doing it. Always using hydrogen for the Casimir crystals. Even with using the optical grading crystals instead, you're still using the same amount of hydrogen. Huh. Really? I'm producing more than I need of the plane filters. Well, I have a solution to that. There you go. That'll solve it. I might need more, these of the titanium glass, but we shall see. Oh wow, that takes water? Huh. Cool. Alright. I think I've got this sorted out now on this planet. I see we are getting quantum chips. We are making the green cubes again. we're getting our warpers going again. Yeah, that would be bad if we ran out of warpers. Ahem. Let's find another nearby system with fractal silicon. I am very tempted, by the way, to add a... There is a mod. There is a mod that actually stops the movement of the camera when you click on other systems. Oh, goodness. There's fractal silicon, but that's not... That's Hades. Hades. I wonder how much fractal silicon is in Hades. 7 light years away. I need to find it in the sky. It's a red one near Ross Hamel, or near Sinosura. Hades. Oh, it's more yellow than red, but anyway, there we go. And we're off! We've almost got plus 3 meters per second construction drone flight speed. Huzzah! Less than 800 to go. I mean, really all we're doing is just screwing around, right? At this point, we've beaten the game and the content that's here. We're making all of the stuff we can make. Now it's just making more of it, finishing our wonderful little Dyson Sphere. Maybe think about making more Dyson Spheres. Alright, Hades. Wow, that's a thing. Prairie. You've got 2 million organic crystals. That's an ice giant, yeah. Okay. And Hades 3 has... nothing. It has nothing. 877k. That's nothing. I want to see the prairie, though, with its 2 million organic crystals. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty on the blue ice giant. Prairie, it's so green and lush. It's a tennis ball. It's a tennis ball planet. Very different from our Mediterranean world, in that there's a lot more buildable space here. How much silicon? 5.8 mil. That's actually quite tempting. A golf course, yeah. Perfect for golf. With very shallow seas as well. No major ocean, really. Just a whole bunch of low-depth rivers all over the place. Yeah, golf course. Scenic. Very scenic golf course area. How much iron? 5.7 mil. Alright, I think I am mostly convinced. Yeah, 84.2% construction area. It's a bit. Pfft. Sand.
Foundation.
Sand. I don't know about the sand, though. It's like, oh, clearly you foundationed this, right? That's how that seems to me. It's like, oh, you've clearly used foundation here. I never made satellite substations. I've never seen the point to the satellite substations. Like, it's the same in Factorio. I don't use substations all that much. They're so expensive to make here. And what does it even allow? It allows slightly more compact builds by not having to worry about the placement of Tesla towers in them. I don't know why I'm doing this, but hey. I like crystals. I like organic crystals, I guess. It's here to say that I built something here, but I'm not going to even remotely complete this right now. Not even remotely going to complete this right now. I'm actually more concerned about the silicon, but I want the fractal silicon! I want fractal silicon. In fact, I'm gonna land and I'm gonna look around. Okay, well that's Hades. A little bit of a oof. You have fractal silicon on the blue giant. Alright. AV Percy. I mean, literally the brightest thing. Let's go. I am carrying around more warpers, by the way. I carry them around in my inventory for good reason. Let's go to the singular blue giant, the thing that the game actually calls a blue giant. There's lots of blue giants in this little cluster of stars, but they're more like O-type stars rather than blue giant. There's lots of blues, but nothing this blue and big and glorious. AV Perse 2. You've got not the good stuffs, but I happen to be close. Oh god, the distances! Okay. We're landing on AV Percy 2, and then having a look around. Right. When you have a massive, large radius star, the distances of the planets between each other are gonna get huge. Lots of copper. Lots of titanium. 170% solar and 150% wind ratio around this, massive. 3.5 million. That's what I wanted to see on the fractal silicon. 174 solar ratio on this lava world. This lava planet. This would be the thing to build a Dyson Sphere around if you really want all of the power ever. This. With its 2.318 luminosity. Spectral Class B. The problem is getting to AV Perse 1. It's like, oh god. So, AV Perse 1 is 14 AU away. This is one of those circumstances where I think I'd be okay with the game using a warper between the two on the logistic vessels, because it'll take a while. Even at warp speed, it takes a minute. It takes a little bit to get there. Welcome to AV Perse 1. Ah, glorious fractal silicon. Okay, where are all of the nodes? There should be 3 of them. There's number 2. Huh. Up north. So that's the one we're standing at. Or flying above. Number 2. Oh, it's 2.3. Uh-huh. So there is only 2. And that one's 2.3. I'm going to that one. That's 2.3. Am I going in the correct direction? Yes, I am. Hello, Fractal. A lot harder to tell the difference on this planet if you're using the foundations or not. Just for my own curiosity, am I carrying around any pumps? No? I usually carry around pumps. I guess I'm not right now. Huh. I wanted to see if you could pump lava. I don't think you can. But we technically have a lava ocean type. It's not yellow, so it's not considered a rare resource. But it's like, what would it end up being? Stone? Anyway. Let's get this tapped. Remember, 2.3 million, divide that by 0.6, whatever, 0.6485. And that's how much I actually have in this ore patch at the moment. And then, of course, the mining speed on the thingies is 51 per minute per vein, 36 veins per yellow belt, or per Mark III belt, excuse me. 6, 7, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8. That's 49. So we're over by 13. 7 and 6 is 13. Yeah. A 7 and a 6. Should be kept separate. There we go. What's the east-west? That way. Oh boy. Foundation! It's a good thing I brought some. Way too many annoying lava rivers around here. This is done in a separate machine. This is done in an assembling machine for whatever reason, rather than the smelter. Which means that we actually get the bonus of the assembling machine Mark III being a 1.5 multiplier. So 1 every 4 seconds. Not true, it's 1 every 3. Or it's a 0.375. Ugh. Hey, they fly faster. Hey! It went up to 8K! Who'd have thought? Okay. Now I think I understand just a little bit more. While I want the energy circuit, we're actually going to do those two, and then energy circuit. And I would like the flight speed, but if they're all going to be 8K, we'll do that. So, it appears as if, potentially, the first level of each of the infinite techs will have a varying cost, depending on the tech. But the next level appears as if it all starts at 8K, and it may all go up by 4,000 each subsequent level. So we need to test this out a little bit, and it'll be easier to do that with the mech core upgrades in particular, because that starts at 1,000. I just want more drones, always more drones. Always more of the everything. So that's how things seem right now. So if this, my idea is that this mech core is going to be 1K, the next one's going to be 8K, and then it's going to be 12, 16, 20, 24, etc. etc. Oh boy, so that's 0.375 a second. Ugh, gosh. So I need 22 and a half of these. That would do 1 per second. No, what am I thinking? My math is off, way off. Okay. 1 every 4 means that under normal circumstances, I would, for 30 per second, need 30 times 4, right? 30 times 4. But our speed is 1.5, so we divide that by 1.5, and we get 80. There's 10. $15. $20. Why am I 1 tile away? Oh, can I? Okay. Phew. I can. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I guess I was off by 1. Yeah, I was off by 1. And then probably better to just bring this in and bring one side over. So that's half of what I need. Better than nothing. I don't really want to do a full 80. I barely want to do this with all these sorters, excuse me. I really want to revisit this game in like 10 months to a year. Once we're through with all of this, because by that time there's going to be ideally loads of mods for the game, quality of life mods that'll work very well, and lots of patches to the game, lots of additional content ideally into the game to make it a lot better in terms of quality of life stuff, because this game really needs a load of quality of life stuff. Overall. And we could keep playing this infinitely. Mine out the entire galaxy, strip mine the galaxy, but there does come a point where we're going to have to call this series eventually. We'll keep playing, at the very least through the end of through this week, through our Thursday stream. We'll see what we can do in terms of overall throughput. This is 1-to-1, yes? Yes, it is. Oh boy. 15 crystals a second. My goodness. Can I... Oh, good. So that changes the calculations a fair bit. Alright. What we need to do now is we need to place one of these. We need to bring in warpers. A few of them. I will need a supply of these guys. Local storage. And we are going to be providing these. Take those. And then artificial star. Right about there sounds good. So as soon as we get our 416 antimatter fuel rods, for whatever reason, 416, like my gosh, why do you do this? Because what's going to end up happening here is that the more places I do this, right, when one of them needs to be supplied, it's going to send everything I have, potentially, to these. Like, say I fall below 100 at more than one location. That can potentially be problematic. Fatal, even, at some places. This is why we keep a wind turbine around. As I said, this is why we keep a wind turbine around. And that... It's fine even at 60 megawatts here. Go down to 30. There we go. There we go. Now, did I do my math correctly? God, I hope so. It should be using half of the throughput. So it should be completely backed up. Ideally. And then, what should happen is that there should accrue 1,000 units before it sends off a supply back home, because I should be requesting these at home on a remote request. Once we get 1,000 at 15 per second, so quite a few seconds to fill 1,000 on here. I will come back and I will scale myself later, potentially. Gosh, and I need to, like, think about my thoughts just as a whole on this game, because I do enjoy the... Oh, see, it's sending off the 1,000. Though, it's actually the requester that's sending a ship here to pick up 1,000. I like the state that the mech is in right now, and I don't think I want to go back to basic mech before tech, right? Basic mech is a little bit too basic in terms of the walking speed and such. Like, that would be one thing I would change. Why do we need a entire upgrade technology chain where we upgrade the speed of the mech's walking speed? Why does it start so low to begin with, right? I mean, it does give a sense of, oh hey, the world literally gets smaller the faster you are. It helps with that sense of scale. But it's just too slow at the start. It's just too stupendously slow at the start. Oh hey, there's that vessel. Coming in. From my home. Where's my home? Hold up. Klarkrov is probably being blocked by the star. Yeah. Alright, Klarkrov. Back home. We go, we go. Because it needs more energy to move faster. Well, my point is that it just starts off a bit too slow. For my taste, to move around. The construction bots also feels very annoyingly slow as well on the construction bots. I mean, it's great that you can upgrade your construction bots, the number of bots you have, their flight speed, they can queue 2 items at a time, etc., etc., as you tech up. The problem is that baseline level is a little too low at the beginning of the game for me. It drags the beginning a little too much, and I think a lot of the amount of time that people spend here in this game. Where's 3? Oh, it's on the other side. Whoops. It's on the other side of my Dyson Sphere. So let's speed up a bit. And we can get a nice flyby of our Dyson Sphere around the sun here. It seems like the amount of time here that it takes to really do the things that you can do in this game is partly due to the inherent choice of pacing of the developers of the upgrades and such, and how the bot begins really slow to move. The bot moves quite slowly. Got our nice close up of our Dyson Sphere. And it takes a really long time to build things with only, like, what, 2 Constructobots? 2 or 3 Constructobots that can't queue and have limited range and all of that. And you have to just wait for the bots to fly back and forth if you want to build anything at scale. You're very much limited by all of that. When you're already limited by all of the things that you don't have that are locked behind tech. Right? We've got so many things that limit you in the beginning of the game that it's really hard for me to want to restart on a game that's from a game that's in progress like this. What is this line? What was this line? Oh. Bricks. This line was stone bricks. Well, that's gone. We've got stuff that's as stone that was used. Is it being used anymore? Wait a sec. That's steel. Stone. No, the stone doesn't get used anymore. Right. Stone is using sulfuric acid. It's not getting used anymore. Whoops. Didn't want that. So I need a thing bringing me stone brick to run down the stone brick line. Can you bring in stone brick for me? Thank you kindly. Alright. There you go. Stone bricks! Provided back to the mall. Huzzah, hazzy, hazoo, hazam. Alright. Purple cubes. I need to get to my purple cubes. Where are those? Those are the greens. They are active, which is nice to see. Where is the Tower of Purple? Because remember how we scaled up basically everything. Alright, here's my Tower of Purple. Double Tower of Purple. How much does that make? So that'll be 2 per second. Okay. I no longer need any of this to exist at all. And that'll break all this for the moment, because I'll need to pull down another belt line Oof. I used you? Really? Huh. That's gonna be a demand. Yeah. And that's gonna be a, deletion. Yep. And I don't even need the high purity silicon anymore. Not over here, anyway. So you are no longer demand. You can just supply what you've got. Use it elsewhere until you're empty. There you go. You can now operate and make your glorious particle broadband for all that. And we've got plenty of CPUs as well to make the purple cubes. Wonderful. How about the green cubes? Do I have the building capacity on the green cubes? We're making our way up. Now, yes, I do, because I built the green cubes from the start to give me 2 per second. But, we may want even more. The problem, of course, is that I'm siphoning off a lot of quantum chips. I need to do a quantum chip build. Like, an at-scale quantum chip build. Making the CPUs with it, and those planes, and the Casimirs, and all of that good stuff. Like, we need a lot more, and the space in which I'm currently building them doesn't have as much room to scale anymore. So, yeah, that's a bit of an oof. A bit of an oof. Ah, good, I am using up all of these planes. Can I add more plane buildings? I think so. Yeah, it looks like I can. No belt to either side? Alright. Fine by me. Wait, huh? I have a pattern here. That's it. Like, wait a second. I have a pattern. I should attempt to maintain the pattern. So, there. There. There, 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 there. Don't you just love patterns? Patterns are great. That will ideally help with providing enough plane filters for this final assembling machine down the line. Note that I added one earlier because we were producing too many. of the plane filters. No, we weren't producing enough, so hey, I saw we can produce even more plane filters! And now we're doing just that. Okay. The biggest of the panes in the rear end. How many strange matter assemblers do I use? That's on the other side of the planet. I've got 8 microfusion reactors on that build. That I know off the top of my head. I have 8 fusion not fusion, the particle colliders, that's the word that I'm looking for. Where is that again? It was nearby to this. There. Hello. Why, hello there. 8 particle colliders colliding for the strange matter. And I've got an overabundance on the graviton lenses for obvious reasons. So lots of strange matter going into the particle colliders. In fact, some of these shouldn't operate because I don't have enough strange matter. I actually would need even more buildings here. The issue is the particle containers, as always, on the production. In my little area over here, I have a few. I have a building doing particle containers, yes, where I'm doing the interstellar logistics station, just its own dedicated particle container thingy, limiting the production a fair bit so that it's not, you know, eating up from my main particle container supply. It was my very first particle containers that I ever really did, right? Was in that build for the interstellar logistics stations. I am feeling tired. That should be fairly obvious right now. I need more particle colliders. I need more frame material and supermagnetic rings. Well, there should be frame material. Oh, what? What? Okay. I didn't expect that. How? How do I have so many? What's not using them that should be using them? Like, what's... Hold on. Oh. So they're only really consumed on the deuteron fuel rods. Huh, my turbines. Yes, I have loads of my turbines, apparently. Yeah, so there's these. I had automated these, but I must be full up for the moment. Not like I really need that many of them right now. So that is definitely a thing. But does that mean that I am not... Huh. That goes over to you. And that goes into you. Yep, that's making those. I'm full up on the ray receivers. And I guess I filled up my entire thingy of conveyor belts. I have 7,000 conveyor belts at this point. And yeah, we're still producing them. Demand. Turbines. Zilch. Zilch. Yeah, we need loads of electromagnetic turbines with these super magnetic rings. I'm just really shocked that we might actually be backing up on them at some point here. So frame materials. Why, hello. These stack to 50, I think. Yep. One. Glorious. Glorious! Okay. This, in part, is to scale the antimatter. Well, this will be to scale antimatter, and this is just a big mess. I don't really think I like doing this on the pole like this. So I'm gonna migrate this somewhere else. I'm gonna go find greener pastures, clearer pastures to make this a little bit simpler. Maybe I might convert an ocean for my purposes. I'm gonna need loads of foundation. Hello, foundation. I also, for whatever reason, and have a million soil to do something as crazy as this. Time to fill in our ocean. Most of it, anyway. For as much foundation as I just used. Ah, now that's a good space to play around with. Now that's a real big space to play around with. Yes, I got the soil has just happened from other planets. What you can do is you can find a planet that has basically just 100% constructible area on it. Foundation it. Yeah, it uses a lot of units of foundation, but it also gives you a ton of soil by doing that. And then you can go to any other planet and you'll have a bunch of soil. Ah, +2 construction drones. The next level cost 8K. Level 1 was 2K. Or shall we say level 7 was 2K, and now level 8 is 8K. So it is following a pattern. But, that's like, yikes. That's a yikes pattern. So, my prediction is that once we get through this 1000 here, that the next mech core upgrade is going to be 8K. That's my prediction. That is that the next one's going to be 8K, then 12. Ha! You hope it's not cubed. No, it's It's a linear increase after that initial hump, I'm pretty sure. This current tech is 1,000. The next tech, based on what I've seen so far of all of the other techs, is likely going to be 8K, because that's how it's been every single time. You take the first tech, and then the next tech is 8K. We have the next level being 8K here. We have this one being 4K. We have this one 8K. This was not 8K. This was 2K for the 2 construction zone drones at level 7. Level 7 of this was not 4K. Level 7 of this was not 4K. This was 2K for the logistics carrier engine level 7. It went from 2 to 8. And this one went from 2 to 8. And others have gone 4 to 8. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this will go from 1 to 8. Maybe it'll go from 1 to 4 to 8. Maybe. I don't know. It is a very cheap tech to start off with. But what I'm going to do here in this area is I'm going to have a logistics station. It is drastic, but as long as the follow-up techs are a consistent linear increase, it doesn't matter so much. Because I'm going to just imagine that it's going to be 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. And with every single tech beyond. That it will scale linearly, but it just puts everything at 8 after the first time you take the tech. Alright, I am going to be providing antimatter and hydrogen on here. I am going to be pulling in graviton lenses. Good big supply of them, as many as I can, and that's it. I mean, really, that's it. That's all I really need. I need to get some drones. Hi, drones. How you doing? There you go. Thank you kindly for the drones. Now this is going to be the result of the output of my particle colliders, so I'm going to need my particle colliders. Where are those again? I built a few of them. Five. There we go. Ahem. 5, huh? Well, that's a few. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Fun. Alright. Input. Output. You take those and those. Alright. 5 times 6. $30. How many ray receivers am I carrying? 12. Ray receivers. I need a few more than what I've got. I need to array 30 of these. Alright. Here. Do I want to maintain? Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh God. Heh. Heh heh heh. So I need more foundation. Just a bit more. Just a little bit more. Alright, I think we're good for a little bit. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. By the way, you're doing photon generation. You're doing photon generation. Is that 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So, that should be good. 30. 30 with the graviton lenses. I'll add. That's gonna be with graviton lenses. I only need the splitter on the side that has the graviton lens input. What this is gonna make with the graviton lenses is up to 5 critical photons per second. And it will always be able to ray receive with the ionosphere tech. And it doubles the rate at which each one produces photons. Yeah, these lenses are a #1 must-have necessity, unless you want to build twice as many There we go. Gib. Gib things. The issue is that I likely don't have enough power being produced by my Dyson Sphere. There's an Ollie. There's a pretty boy. There's my pretty boy coming to say hello. Hello, my Ollie. Yes, that's my baby. That's my baby. Yes, you want lap? You want some lap love and attention? Huh? You wanna come rest in my lap? You like my warm lap? I have a comfy lap, huh? You always like to come and greet me. Off that goes. Out of build range. Oh joy. Load of build range stuff going on now. Really looking forward to the day that these Constructo bots are going to be fast enough to keep up with flight around a gas giant when building the orbital thingies. Go, my minions. I have several minions. You need to go and do stuff. There we go. Go! Straight line. Through the build range. So, once the accumulation happens, drone speed is infinite research, yeah. So I said I can't wait for you to go, for them to be able to keep up with me when flying around gas giants. Something's infinite, something's not. I think it's speed. Is speed infinite? Yeah, engine is infinite. And communications and control. Okay. So as it turns out, I need to do this, whatever, that'll work. So, 125 times 30 is, much, right? Yeah, 3.75 gigawatts. So we are capped. We are, wait, what? Oh, right, because of, it's wanting more than what it can provide, so the strength, it goes down. Strength goes down because it's not able to provide enough to the thing. Now, it would be a horrible situation if I were to be relying on power from the Dyson Sphere and the game decided, oh hey, we're not going to give you power to your array receivers giving you power, rather than reduce the amount going into your photon receivers. That could be bad. And it's not like you can just turn these off, either. Because you can't. They don't turn off. Ooh. Okay. You need to be powered from behind. And you need power. So, antimatter. At not quite 5 per second, because our Dyson Sphere can't keep up with that at the moment. It needs a couple more gigawatts. It needs a few more gigawatts before it can keep up with that. I'm pretty sure it can once it's fully built. Just needs to get fully built to be able to do that thing. Yeah. Anyhoozle. That's that. Now what? Well, we have this glorious tower over here. And this. And this. So my thought is that I'm going to put in a demand for infinite amounts of antimatter there. And I'm going to just connect it in right over yonder. But, yeah, that doesn't really work out so well on a vertical tower of 15, right? Like, how the heck am I going to get another vertical tower? Well, as it turns out, I could do that. And I could hop over with this. So, if I have my Matrix Lab tower here, it becomes actually rather easy. There we go. I just need to build a bunch of labs. I need iron plate. Just a few iron ingots. And we are now making just a few labs. So input... That would be outputting there. Input... Input... Input, input, input. Go ahead and power everything. Sure, why the heck not? Stack it to the top. Full amount. And that, as they say, is double. We doubled it. And we don't actually have to touch the antimatter for a little while either. We doubled it. Yeah. Isn't that nice? We did the thing. We doubled the thing. Why are you Mark II? Why are you Mark II? 2 Mark II? We got 4. 2 Mark IIIs? We could have 6. We could be launching 6 at a time. Rather than 4. But regardless, the antimatter setup is a glorious thing of beauty. Oh god. Oh god. Hi. Hi, Ray receivers. So good to see you. You're continuously receiving. The continuous receiving is growing. It's interesting that the Dyson Sphere status number is changing because apparently there's a... Huh. It's continuous receiving, but it's strength goes down. I'm just gonna take it at the game is just adjusting for the actual status of the Dyson Sphere. Alright. That is that. If only I was able to actually process that full amount all at the same time. If only I had the ability to process the full amount of the stuff coming out here. So let's do that. Let's do that very thing. How many labs do I have right now? A few. A little bit of clipping there, but that's fine. You are, in fact, doing that. Mm-hmm. And now we science faster. I should probably get the tech that gives faster science processing. Just saying, at this point, it's useful. Far more useful at this point. Ah, the glorious Dyson Sphere. You are the next thing in need of completion. Because, we need to pull in a few more gigawatts. Oh boy. Did I even do the math right there? Hold up. I'm pretty sure I did not do the math right there. Wait. Hold up. Six for 1 per second at full. Yes. 30 for 5 per second at that other location. With those two, that would be 7 per second. Oh boy. Lots of antimatter. Lots of it. Tons of glorious antimatter. None of it going into the fuel rods, by the way. None of it is for the fuel rods here. Although, maybe I really should supplement just a smidge. Just a little tiny bit. Just help out a little bit with 75 megawatts of power consistently out of the antimatter fuel rods. Sounds like a plan, and I want this tech to happen so that we can see when this ticks over that it will very likely go to 8. I'm predicting that it goes to 8, but I want to see it happen. It'll happen within... It actually, I think, tells you 3... Close to 4 minutes is what this is telling me. That it'll take to process that much stuff. Did you know that the game has a timer that tells you exactly how long it takes to complete the tech that you're working on? At the current rate? It actually tells you right on the tech exactly how long it'll take at the current rate that it's going at. Ah, good, you're flowing. But is the matrix cube thingies flowing? That's the question, or do I need even more labs? I need more glass. Go, go, go. More labs. More! Faster! Less than 2.5 minutes, and we'll know the answer for certain. I picked up the, or did I not? I did not. You. I need you. You're next. You're far, far, far more important than the total amount of stuff. And veins utilization is like the top #1 most important thing, period. Maybe the carrier engines, but eh. Faster carrier light speed is nice. Especially when they start going faster than you. So, what did we get done today? A few things, really. We got into kimberlite processing for diamonds. We got into the fractal silicon processing for the silicon crystals. We transitioned away from the other processes that are making those two things at the sciences where they get used and such, and have vastly expanded the amount of critical photons are being processed into antimatter on our home planet. And we had lots of discussions about various aspects of this game over the course of this stream. I do enjoy this game. I hope is very clear. Hey, Ave got warpers. Congrats on getting your first warpers. Now you can explore the universe. Or at least the little portion of the galaxy that we're currently in. Also, please don't use the term intergalactic when you mean interstellar. Intergalactic means between galaxies. Intergalactic is between galaxies. This game is not about going between galaxies. It takes place in a small cluster of stars in a singular galaxy. You have interstellar logistics in this game, not intergalactic. And you explore, and you perform interstellar stuff. How much more science is required? 3! It goes to 3K. Well, I'm glad to see that they were kind on the mech core upgrade. It's sort of the most superfluous one of all the things. I'm going to imagine that the next one is at least 8K. That it's 138, 12, 16, 20. But I don't know. This information, by the way, is not posted on the wiki. It's absolutely not posted on the wiki. What the scaling is for each tech. All it says is that it scales. Well, thanks, but that's not actually what I came here for. I want to know what the details are on the scaling. How does it scale? How much does it go up by each level? Like, what's the formula that it goes up by at each level? Because this next one should be 8, and then 12, and then 16. This is a very important tech because it's going to allow us. It's going to have a much larger impact on the ability to fly over distance, warp over distance, than having the greater bin of power. Being able to have a lot of power in your battery isn't the full... it's not the full picture. It's like, sure, it's great to be able to hold more, but what's the point if you're incapable of filling it, right? Or if you are always going to fill it up by a lot, overfill it. Sort of like how in Genshin Impact, the developers decided, oh hey, we're going to give everyone the ability to hold on to 160 of their stamina system currency, resin, at a time. A thing that refills 1 unit every 8 minutes, increasing from 120 to 160. When the thing people were complaining about was the fact that it refills at a rate of 1 every 8 minutes. Okay? So their solution to this problem, was instead of fauceting up the flow a little bit, was to give everyone a bigger glass. Yeah. That was much appreciated. It's like, oh yeah, we've gotten ourselves a bigger glass to hold the energy that we've got on that one tech. Sure, it's just a bigger glass. You can hold more at a time, but what's important is how quickly can you drain the glass versus refill the glass at a time of our power. That's of incredible importance, and that's influenced by the energy circuit. Tech. Completely separate tech. Influences the rate of regain of power. This is, like, completely superfluous if you are able to just crank that fire hydrant up. Just fire hydrant your way to have infinite amounts of stuff. It doesn't matter that you can only hold a certain amount. As long as when you need to use it, you've got this fire hydrant that's pushing it back to full. So anyway, with all that, and those interesting thoughts in the mind, all said and done, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been a talking show, but if you have enjoyed today's stream, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff below the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not subscribed, hit the notification bell, become a member of the channel by hitting the great big blue join button, and of course, you can always support on Patreon at patreon.com/TheTalkerShow, if you are so inclined and able. I will be back tomorrow morning with more Factorio, more Dyson Sphere in the afternoon, as well as more Autonauts on Wednesday. I hope to see you all on the next one, even though I'm uncertain as to exactly what I'm going to be doing next year, because we are nearly tapped out on things to do here. Regardless, we'll at least play through Thursday. I'll see you all on the next one.